What's up, Bill? It's Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. How you doing?
How long have you been shaping?
Since 1978.
Where are you from and where's home now?
Born in Santa Monica, California. Now is the SoCal Mountains, so Santa Cruz Mountains.
Who do you have glassing your boards?
We're all in-house other than we don't have a machine. We have Marco cut our foam, and everything else is done here. I've never had, other than my first two boards, those were the first two that I had glassing factory make, and then since then I've glassed them myself.
How do you measure surfboard value?
One would be the contrast between cost and durability. My boards are kind of expensive, but they last 3-4 times longer. They don't cost 3 or 4 times more, so better value. Then what skill set and knowledge does the shaper bring to the performance of a board? So you may have a board that, say, at Surf Tech, it lasts for a long time, but performance-wise, not so good. Those two need to be balanced or get the most for your money. Having a shaper who has the ability to build a lot of different crafts, guns, step-ups, short boards, something unique, something fun, change it up, different types of fishes and weird stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
What's the first thing you check when QCing your boards?
There's no first thing. It all gets checked. Check edges, check rail rockers, check for cloth, check weight. You have to check everything.
Do you order custom blanks?
Yeah, kind of everything is custom with us. The customer will come in, order the board, I'll draw it up, send the file off to Marco, the foam comes to us, and then the shaping process begins.
What's your PU to EPS build ratio?
Out of every 100, I'll do 1 PU.
Who's been giving you feedback on your boards?
Nathan, a few other people. I don't have the team that I used to have, and I kind of go now more with customer feedback. Close friends who surf a lot tell me what's going on with different designs I'm doing. And I still get feedback, on some of the extreme boards, guns, and tow boards from Sancho, and starting to get some feedback from Aloe Schleiber, Nick Von Rupp. But, in the past, I've had feedback from kind of everybody with the exception of Kelly.
How close do you keep your eye on surf contests?
I don't.
Custom board versus stock board off the rack?
Always custom. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different style, different needs. Custom's always best. What's
your custom to stock ratio?
10-to-1.
Any surf shop employees that you would want to give a shout out to?
The shops all went, this was a number of years ago, but they all went with this business model where the big three were stocking the racks all on consignment, or the dating was, 180-day dating, something like that. And we're too small to be able to do that, so we just went straight to the customer instead.
What do you think about board reviews on the internet?
Well, how much knowledge does the guy who's doing the review actually have other than he surfs? I've met a handful of surfers who can actually tell you what different aspects of a shape actually do. So most of the time when I hear those or see those, I poke holes pretty fast in everything that the guy's saying.
What's something most people don't know about stretch surfboards?
We're tiny. It's my wife and I and one guy running the business, and we have one glasser, one sander, one hot coater, and I have my right-hand man who does like the bag work and routes and drops fins and does all the technical stuff.
Who would be your stab-in-the-darker shaper?
Oh, you mean shapers other than the ones who do it every time?
Exactly.
The few that are on my list would be Xanadu. I kind of credit him with the modern tri-fin. Jeff Timponi. I kind of credit him with alternative sport crafts.
What's the craziest custom board order?
The hardest one I've ever done is for a dear friend of mine. I've been making the same stupid thing for 25 years probably, and it's for a guy named Michael Mitchell. He's a full quad. He surfs every single day. He has a special permit to park on the beach in Bolinas, and I make him a butt board, a sit ski that is special for him. The cockpit has to fit him exactly so that his ass sticks in it, and he charges. To put his spring suit on, can't wear a full suit because he can't get into it. He flops himself out of his car, first throws the wetsuit on the ground, takes his clothes off, and just on the beach in Bolinas, and wiggles himself into his wetsuit, grabs the board that there's a string hanging out the back of his truck, yanks the board out onto himself, and then kind of like a seal, wiggles himself to the water and goes out. Legend.
Do you have anything new in the works?
I'm always coming up with some new design. Somebody comes in and says, what do you think about this? And I'm like, okay, well, to make it work, we got to do this or that. And it's kind of stupid, but I have a new tri-fin working on right now, which is sort of boring, but it's still, for Punchy Beach Break, it's still the best craft. The Cheeky Bastard, which is a channel bottom twin fin, that's really kind of taken off right now. Jonathan Wayne Freeman's getting his new one here in the next few days. And a new gun design working on with Aloe. That's all I can think of right now.
One of the things that I like to close with is some word association. I will say a word or phrase, and then can you just say the first word or phrase that comes to mind?
Okay.
Third point.
Home.
The Noodle.
My dad.
Deck Channels.
Nightmare.
Nathan Fletcher.
Friend.
EPS.
Good and bad.
NoFX.
History.
Santa Cruz.
Crowded.
What's the best way to get someone on a stretch surfboard?
info@stretchboards.com.
Thanks so much, Bill.
All right, buddy. Over now.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.